Everybody, Momsy here on this Thirsty Thursday. At least that's what I'm calling it. And I'm going to do another handshake review today. And the one that I've chosen is another one I've heard a lot of good things about. And that is the Four Roses OESV at 112.8 proof, 9 years, 4 months. Now, I did a little bit of research like I always do because I don't want to come, ill-informed, so to speak, being, as I've said repeatedly, and eventually I will stop saying it in my videos, I promise. Being new to this, I'm just trying to take people along, this journey with me and, trying to provide, a little bit of education in these reviews. So during my review, I was able to find out that I'm not super happy with the MSRP on this. It's coming in at $94, and I'm guessing if that's, you got a hold of it when, it was out there. I'm sure in the secondary market, it's probably well into, a couple $100s for a bottle of it. One of the things I found interesting, since this is, brand new for me, I've never had it, is that they're saying that this barrel strength is characterized by its unique O recipe, and that being 50% corn, 25% rye, and 25% malted barley, and the V is a yeast. There's really, not much more that they can do as far as the breakdown with that goes. I know upon some other investigation, I also saw that the mash bill, another mash bill is coming in at 75% corn, 20% rye, and 5% barley. So, because I don't have the actual bottle and I only got a handshake from Amanda, thank you, Amanda. I'm kind of at the limits of what the interwebs will provide for me. So, but one of the things that I found interesting with this as well is what the code means, what the OESV means. So the O refers to the Four Roses Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. The E indicates mash bill E, which is a low rye bourbon. So 75% corn, 20% rye, 5% malted barley. The S denotes that the whiskey is straight, meaning it's been aged for at least 2 years. And the V signifies a unique, delicate, fruity yeast strain that contributes to its distinct flavor profile. So, yes, I do have to look off to the side at my notes that I took. I'm no spring chicken, so my memory isn't as good as it should be. So I'm going to let this breathe for a little bit. I know some of the stuff along the way that I was looking at as well online is they're saying what makes this unique is the play. Blah, blah. See, again, straight up, this is who I am. That the flavor focus in this recipe is known for, it's supposed to be known for its concentrated and an impactful flavor profile. They're saying it's, supposed to be vibrant and fruity character, that the maturity of it is, for it to be a high proof, coming in at 112, they still talk about how the maturity of the oak and spice is there. And, I know it's a big thing for people to try, the different Four Roses that are out there. When I was, looking, I didn't realize that, there's, an OBSV and there's a OESO and, so on and so forth. So it was interesting for me to kind of, do a little bit of a deep dive for myself personally, being new to all this. So, okay, let's see what this nose is like. I hate it sometimes when I get my nose too deep in there and I'm just like blasted with the ethanol. Let's try that again. And I also kept my mouth closed, and I've realized that if I leave my mouth slightly open when I'm nosing something, it definitely tones down the ethanol, and I can actually pick up a little bit more on the nose. So right away, I'm being hit with like a honey. Here we go with that berry again, but not a dark berry, more along the lines maybe like a raspberry or a strawberry. I don't personally consider those dark berries myself. Definitely got some oak creeping through and maybe even a little bit of caramel. But definitely right away my first impression was I got honey and like I said, that light fruit. I'm going to come up with my own terms. That either strawberry or raspberry. Actually, it seems more raspberry than strawberry. All right, let's get a taste of this. Right away, it's very viscous. It's coating my mouth, and it's got some great fingers coming down the side here, which is always to me very, I'm sure to everybody else that's experienced speaks to the viscosity of it. There is a sweetness to this. I got that caramel on the nose, and there's definitely like a caramel sweetness on the palate. I'm getting kind of a hint of maybe some molasses on the very back end. It's really, well, I don't want to say really rich, but it's rich. Again, it's coating my mouth, and it's lingering there, which I can always appreciate because a lot of the times as it sits there on my palate, more flavors start to come through for me. This is really good. You even get a little bit of like that raspberry or strawberry, just a hint of it on the palate as well. So yeah, I'd say right away it's like a caramel sweetness, a little bit of molasses on the back end, a little bit of, fruit, that either raspberry or strawberry that I got on the nose. I love the lingering finish as well because the sweet tones kind of stay there, but it's almost like a little bit of brown sugar or a little bit of chocolate wants to try and like weasel its way in there. It's not, I don't get a lot of spice off of it. I mean, there is some, I'm not going to lie, there is a little bit of spice to it, but I don't get like that heavy like baking spice, pepper, anything along those lines. Yeah, wow, this is really good. For now, because I don't have like, this fun little scale that we all can play with, which I'm going to try and come up with something over the weekend, honestly. I'd give this like a 8.5, because it's got a great finish to it. The nose, the mouth feel, palate, the finish, all of it, is really good. I'm gonna have to be on the lookout and for some other Four Roses stuff. I haven't tried a lot of theirs yet, so I'm gonna have to see if like Bourbon's down the street from me or White Dog Distillery might have some, Four Roses that I can sample there to see if I want to add into my collection. But yeah, so there you have it on this Thirsty Thursday. The Four Roses OESV handshake that Amanda sent me. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate it. And as always, please drink responsibly and have a good rest of your Thursday evening. Take care.